Okay, so a little bit of Chicago history, just to put some things into context here. Chicago, you know, is a really unlikely place for a city. This is basically swampland. It's very hot in the summer, it's very cold in the winter. It's really an unattractive place to live. And,
Are you talking now?
okay, well, you know, ask me next year. I'll have a whole different answer. Back in the 1600s, you know, we had some Indians here, maybe doing some fur trading along the river. But even the Indians would mostly leave in the winter time, you know. And there was a very smelly onion that used to grow here, and the Indians called that onion Chicago. So basically, Chicago means smelly onion. Very proud. City of big shoulders. In 1674, two French explorers arrived here in Chicago, Father Jacques Marquette and Louis Joliet. And they came to Chicago by way of a portage. And a portage, you know, is like a short land connection between two water systems where you can kind of carry your canoe and put it back in the water. So a short land connection between two water systems is a big deal because water is business. So Father Jacques Marquette, Louis Joliet, they go back to France. And they're like, you guys should come to this weird spot and you should build a canal here that connects these two water systems. And the French are like, no, you're not building your silly canal, you know, no. And so what happens is we incorporate as a city in 1837, and in 1848, we build the canal. And once the canal is built, Chicago is cemented as a transportation hub. And everything starts flying through here because now there's a connection between New York and the West, a direct water connection. So you can get all the goods from the east to the west and all the grain from the west to the east, and Chicago is just sitting there right in the middle of the whole thing. And cities have specialties at this time, you know, like Pittsburgh has steel. Cincinnati's the hog butcher to the world until we take that over later. Chicago doesn't have one specialty. We have every specialty. It's all coming through here. Lumber and grain and bricks and hogs and people. It's all coming through Chicago. And with the building of the canal, that means there's work here. So a lot of immigrants come. And the Germans come and they settle here in Old Town. This used to be called the Cabbage Patch because there were so many Germans growing all this cabbage here. So everybody's pretty happy. 1850s, 1860s, Chicago's bustling. And then a very dry day in October 1871, a fire pops up in Mrs. O'Leary's barn. The fire gets to the Chicago River. The Chicago River is totally polluted. It used to bubble. They called it Bubbly Creek. Really, because what did we do with all our leftover hogs? We just dumped it in the river.